Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Skies Above Britain. We're playing Chapter 2, Hardest Days, and this is patrol number 3 of 6. Okay, a couple things we'll have to take care of. One, we've got the squadron set up already. So we're ready, got all the pilots assigned. We're starting to get an interesting mix of veterans and green pilots now. With not a lot of the regular pilots, so it's a good sign that my regular pilots are surviving and getting enough missions. They're starting to become veterans, and that the green pilots are having trouble living long enough to become regular pilots. So it makes for an interesting dynamic here. Okay, well, first thing we need to do, pilot A, he was in bailout. We'll leave him there for a minute while we roll to see if pilot H gets out of the hospital or not. 8. No, he stays in the hospital. Okay, that was close. Almost got him back. All right, next thing we got to do is set up for our position here for the raid. And we get a 6. And a 6 is deep. Okay, so our squadron is deep. Next thing is visibility. Is a 2. So we have clear and sun. That's here. And now we need the sun position, which is 4. And 4 is port. So the sun is over here in the port position, right? We don't roll for escort, and we don't roll for bomber type yet. All right, so we have veterans leading each section. Yellow section is a veteran and 2 greens, and I have a green pilot in each of the other sections, and blue section actually has 2 veterans in it. So quite a bit going on. Like I said, there's only 2 regular pilots in this flight, in green section and red section. All right. Okay, well, let's get started. Pull our first card. This is the reveal. If the raid marker is not yet in play, reveal markers on the rightmost. And this is 1 marker for this one. And the marker is Messerschmitts. Okay. So we go to card number 3. Actually, card number 2. If the raid marker or squadron markers in the deep zone of the raid track, Messerschmitt's result converts to a straggler result, go to card 3. So I'm in the deep. Now we place a lone bomber marker in the lost contact area, and I can assign 1 section or fighter in lost contact may immediately attack the straggler, or move 1 or more sections may be detached from a squadron. Okay, so we don't know, we don't have the bomber formations out, so we have to roll to find out which type of bomber this is. This is a 2, and a 2 is a Stuka. All right, so there's a lone Stuka out here. Here he is. And he's in the lost contact area. So he's flying along there. Okay, I can detach a section, so I'm going to detach yellow section down here, and they're going to come in on the Stuka. Like so. And we're going to swoop down on him. And we spend 1 fuel for the yellow. So we spend that up there. Okay. Go to the bomber cycle. We start with the approach. we've already placed the bombers. So now we're in burst. Okay, RAF fighters without delay markers attack. So we're coming in. This is a light bomber. So I got to change my bomber formation from medium to light for this one. So let's shuffle this up. We'll set it here to the side. And we got yellow leader coming in first. And yellow leader, we have a single bomber. I have my bomber. Yeah, single bomber. We're coming in port or starboard. He kills the gunner, which includes a hit, and he goes low ammo. Okay, so we scored the hit on the Stuka, so we won't be any return fire now. And we get a low ammo on yellow leader. All right, yellow 2's coming in from the other direction. He fires, he gets, and on the Stuka it takes 3 hits. He gets the same thing, so he applies a second hit and a low ammo. And yellow 3 is coming in, and yellow 3 he scores a hit and a low ammo, and the third hit eliminates the bomber. Okay. So yellow 3 is T, Ken Taylor. He gets a kill. He finished him off. And we get a bomber kill. This is chapter 2, patrol 3, and we mark down a bomber kill. Okay. So we got rid of that bomber. We scored a point. And these guys stay down here in the low. Lost contact. Okay, disengage. All RAF fighters engaged about disengage. We don't have any hit checks. We didn't take any hits. Checked, return to the main deck and resume whatever sequence we were in. Okay. So, after combat with the straggler ends, or if you choose not to attack the straggler, return to card 1. Let's come back to card 1. And we don't have any other marker to play for this. So now we go to card 9, which is fuel. So we go to fuel, and everybody spins a fuel. Okay. We go to card 10, we do contact. If the raid marker is not yet on the raid track, skip this step. So the raid marker is not on the track yet. Okay, so we skip 10. We go to 11, vector. Do a move or return action to improve your squadron situation. Move options. Move the squadron block to an adjacent zone. Move to a different altitude. For example, low to high, placing the block under. If you do both move actions, spend 1 fuel. And then reform. Okay, so we're going to spend fuel for the squadron, and they move middle, and they're going high. I'm trying to get up above these guys, and we're going to reform yellow, so he spends a fuel to reform, and yellow leader comes back onto the board. With that squadron over here. All right. Now we go back to card 1. And we do reveal. Okay, we reveal marker. Now this time there will be 2 markers. So we start with the first one. And it is another straggler. Okay, so we have another straggler here. So we know we go to card number 3 and we have to roll for the straggler. Okay, so let's see, roll for the straggler. I'd like to have another Stuka, they're easy kills. A 5, Yunkers. Oh, here comes the Junkers. He's in the lost contact area. So I can send, again, I have to decide who I want to send. The problem with yellow is I got to get 3 hits and they're all 3 low on ammo. So I got to try to get this guy. But I think that's who I'm going to send again. Yellow's going to come down here again. So I got yellow leader, yellow 2, and yellow 3 coming in from the nose. We're going to see if we can get this guy. Okay. Now we go back to our bomber. We did our bomber approach. And we do our burst. Now we're on to the medium. All right, on the medium bomber, we got yellow leader coming in from the port side. It's a single. Oh, he got the gunner and he took return fire. Right. So we got the gunner and now there's going to be return fire. This will be a hit. It's a wing 5. Yellow leader. Okay. Now I got yellow 2 coming in. It takes 4 hits for a cockpit. He gets the dorsal gunner again. Return fire, and he's out of ammo. He's taking return fire. He doesn't get return fire because they killed the gunner already. Right. Okay. So it's not like the B-17s and stuff. All right, from the nose. Oh, what's this? His gun's jammed. Okay. Gun jammed on yellow 3. All right. Disengage. No. Well, we disengage right here. Take that back. We do our hit check. So we got to roll yellow leader. He needs 5 or higher. 9. He survived that. Okay. So no damage. That's good. Now we resume. So we go back. They do a escort reaction here, not for an escort check, but to see if the bomber moves away into clouds. So it does not. It has an 11. So we roll. If he gets an 11 or 12, he escapes. 7. Does not. Okay. Now we're going to re-attack. He's coming in on the tail this time. He's not attacking. He's got a jam gun, but he's coming in. All right, here we go. We need 2 hits on this guy. So we're repositioned. We do our burst on the bomber. Coming in on the tail. This is yellow leader, green, no hit. Oh, and I ran out of ammo. Dang it. Okay, yellow 3's coming in. There we go. He scores 2 hits and return fire. But I have a jam gun. It's even odd to damage. Okay. So it's been a while since I played. I got to do a real quick check on the jammed on that. Yep. It's even odd. If I get an even number, I get my hits. If I get an odd, no hits, but the jam clears. Even. I'll take it. 2 hits. That's enough to shoot him down. Okay. So, yellow 3 scores another kill. This guy's on a roll today. Yellow 3. He got his second bomber kill. That's 2 for that section. All right. We'll disengage. The bomber's gone. There's no hit check to do. And these guys will stay in the lost contact area. Put my cards back so I need space when I get over to the bombers eventually. Okay, back to card 1. We now reveal our next marker because there's 2 of them. Okay, and we get, they turn and a flak result. Okay, the first one's a turn. That's card number 7. And I'm thinking, did I move my fuel up? I did not on yellow section. Got to do that. Okay, 5, 6, 6, and oops, 7. Turn point, roll a die. And the die is 2. Even number, shift the sun position clockwise. Clockwise this way, so the sun is now in the nose position. All right, we go back to card 1. And we have flak. Flak is card 6A. Okay, oops, that's 6B. 6A. Note the number printed on the flak. It's a 1. That's how many damage markers we draw. If no bomber tiles, there are no tiles in the bomber formation area yet, place the damage markers on the interception map. So, hurricane side. And it's going to be fuselage. So 1 bomber is going to take a fuselage hit. Tally ho! If the raid marker's on the raid track, it is not. So we can't tally ho because we don't see the raid marker yet. If you do not or can't attempt contact, you may spend 1 fuel to move the fuel formation marker to the adjacent section. Well, I'm not going to do that because they're getting ready to move into my area, so I don't need to spend any fuel. So now we go back to card 1. I think this is one of my deeper bomber penetrations. Okay, so now this one gets 2 markers. So we're going to start with the first one. And it's going to be another turn and the raid marker. Okay, the first one is another turn. That's card 7. We're going to roll again. See what this bomber formation's doing. And it is even. So again, it moves clockwise. So the sun is now starboard high. So they've made a couple of right turns. We'll go back to card 1. And now we have the raid marker. Okay. Go to card 5A. 3, 4, 5A. If not yet in play, place the raid marker so it goes into that section. If visibility is clear, roll a die to place escort station markers in the stations on the track. Okay. So here we go with the escort station markers. So we're going to roll. It's a 3. The 3 is high 109 heavy and starboard 109s. Okay. So we have 109s escorts. Here we are. 3 high. So they're in the high station. That one's heavy. And then the starboard station, 109's over there. Okay. So if the visibility is clear, roll a die on the interception map, apply the result, then go back to card 1. All right. So we're back to card 1. So we need a second marker that we had to draw for this one. Before I look at that, here it is. I've not looked at it yet. I just want to check one more thing on that with card 5A. The vector markers, visibility is clear, roll a die. Yeah, go back to card 1. Okay. Oh, this next one is a straggler. So I have a choice. I can go get another straggler. Probably guarantee myself. I got one pilot with jammed guns over here. I could send him after that straggler. And odds are. Okay, so let's go to card 3. Place a lone bomber marker. We still don't know what the bombers are, so let's find out what this guy is. It's a 5. It's another Ju-88 Junkers. Okay. So, one section or fighter in lost contact may immediately attack the straggler. Yeah, what the heck, right? Let's do it. These guys aren't going to, but I can send Yellow 3, who has low ammo and a jammed gun. Maybe he'll hit the cockpit and get this guy. We're going to come in from the starboard or the nose. Wonder which would be better for us. I think the starboard for him. Okay. So we're going to come over here for the approach. We're set up. We do our burst. Here he comes. Hey, he gets a hit and he's out of ammo. Okay, well, we got to roll to see if he actually gets the hit or if it clears his gun. It cleared his gun and now he's out of ammo. Okay, so that didn't work. So that was worth it. And we disengage. He's out of ammo. The bomber's gone. We're not going to be able to get him. And so there's no hit check. And now we go back to the reveal card. Okay, back to card 1. And at this point, we now go, we've revealed our markers. We now go to card 9, which is going to be the fuel card. Everybody spends fuel. Now we do contact. If the raid marker is on the raid track, you may perform contact if the squadron is in the same or adjacent zone to the raid marker. Okay, we're in the same zone. Contact is automatic. Roll a die on one of the contacts. So we're in the same zone. So now we're going to roll a die. We're going to see where we're going to get these, come in on these guys at. 4. Flank low. I can spend a fuel and come in flank high or nose low. So I want to come in, I'm going to spend this fuel and they're going to come in flank high on the port side. Okay. Mesh map and go to card 12, interception. Also, all lost contact fighters must immediately return to base. Take all my no ammo markers off of these guys here. Oops. These guys are going to go back to base. So yellow section actually did their job. Earned a couple of kills with our green pilot. Place escort, place bomber tiles. Now we find out what the bombers are. Okay, here we go. Bomber tiles. So this bomber formation is a 9 Dorniers. Okay, and the formation is a 12. So we have a Dorniers and a 12 is this big old block. This is a tough one to separate bombers out of. Okay. There's 9 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoops. 7. Dropped 1. 8. There's got to be one more in this stack. There he is. 9. All right. So this is the biggest formation that we could run into. Right here. So we got to set these guys up. So they go 1, 3 like this, and then there is like this and like this, like this. Like this, and then out on the end right here, and here. Okay. We'll drag this whole thing down this way. A little easier to get it on the camera. That way you can see. All right. So now we go to card 12, which is orders. So now we decide our orders. So we're going to send these guys here, they weren't heavy, they were normal. I'm going to send green section, they're still high, and I got A flight, which is high over here. Okay, so we're going to send A section is going after bombers, and green is going after the escorts, I think. And I say I think because I just want to make sure I can do this before I give these crazy orders again. Intercept escort from the flank. They're 109s. My formation is high, so it's a 9 to intercept them. They're actually better coming in on the heavy group. They're in the high. Let's see, if I come in, if they're high, where is that? Trailing, nose, flank, tail, trailing. Yeah, I'm flank, and I can, oh, it's just as bad. I could cruise, try to come around on those guys. That might not be a bad idea either. Try to get position on those escorts. So I'm gonna, instead of hitting the escorts, green section is going to cruise, and I'm going to try to get over here on these guys. Okay, we're going to see how this works. See if it works out for me or not. Escort order. We don't have an escort order, so we skip the escort order. So we go to the no defensive circle. Escort suppression, no. Bomber order. Okay, resolve each formation's bomber order, rolling a die and consulting the intercept bombers table. All right, so this, guys, we are intercept, flank, we're high, apply the highest interception red number. So that would be the high position, which is 10. Okay, so we got to roll. Here we go. I need a 10 or higher, boys. Don't want a blue die. It's for my RAF. Here we go. 10 or higher. 1. I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to spin fuel. We're going to chance one chance to re-roll here. 5. Failed. So it was a gamble, but trying to get there. Okay. If the attempt to intercept, if there's escort and the attempt to intercept fails, move the RAF fighter to the lost contact area. Then draw a Luftwaffe advantage card for each section in the formation and go to card D1. Okay, so these guys become lost contact, red and blue. So they've lost contact. All right. So I'm going to do this over here. It's a little easier. All right, this is where it gets ugly because there's 2 escort stations and they're going to come here for red and blue. So I have to draw a marker for each one of these guys. Now I can take this off of there. Okay. So there's going to be a Luftwaffe advantage card. There's going to be 2 of them. For red and 2 for blue. So each one of these sections attacks us. That's the way I read that. Then draw a Luftwaffe advantage card for each section in the formation. Well, maybe not. Okay, I got to check this again. Okay. Failed. If you use the column other than no escort, which we did, your formation is intercepted by German fighters. It has lost contact, and German fighters from the station engage engage sections of your formation. Draw. So I attacked from the port, and there's no port station, so they do not engage me. Okay, but my squadrons are lost up there. Okay, so that took care of that. That's the bomber order. Now we have the cruise order. Resolve each formation's cruise order one at a time. Okay. If there are no escort, there are any unsuppressed escort station marker in high, port, starboard, or low, or one of them is in the sun, roll a die and consult cruise check table A. Cruise check table A. Occupied, unsuppressed escort station is high, port, starboard, low, station, or in the sun. They're 109s. High station or in the sun, 11. Flank or low station, 6. How many die? Roll 1 die unless you move from out of the sun. Roll 2 dice and add the numbers rolled. Re-roll, move from the nose or from higher to low. Okay. All right. These guys are, I'm coming from flank. I want to cruise high, port, starboard. He's high. These guys are starboard. Okay, so we use this cruise check. They have a high station or in the sun. So I got to roll an 11 or higher. This is going to be tough to do. 11 or higher. 1. Not even close. I could spend fuel. Take one more shot at that. Why not? So we'll spend the fuel on green. He's going to see if he can. 10. Oh, so close. I almost got it. Okay. So we failed. So green now gets intercepted. And we go to the dogfight cycle deck. So we draw a Luftwaffe advantage for green. They're also lost contact now. We place our fighters. Okay. So we see what this says. We're going to be working, move my camera over here, get a better shot. And it's going to be tailed by 109s. Okay. Stay on them. If the German fighters are 110s, well, they're not. Otherwise, I would have had a chance to reverse that. Okay, green section is tailed. No head on, so we need a maneuver. So we're going to evade. We need to try to get away from these guys while I don't have any hits on me. Okay. We go tailed combat. I did evade. I have a hurricane section. So that was a turn, so I didn't get it. So I take one hit. They get reduced by 1. Okay, so I got 1. I'm gonna take these off the board now. All right, let's work through this. 1 plane takes a hit. So we'll roll for this hit. And it is number 6. 6 is the leader. So my leader takes a hit. And it is rudder 10. So he took a hit. They are reduced by 1. So that changes them from the Schwarm to the Rot. And then, because I did an evade maneuver, this is reduced. So he's now a single aircraft, still tailing me. Okay. That's tailed. Oops. Wrong card. We're not tailing hit checks, so I got to roll for my hit check. Okay. Oh boy, I need a 10 or higher. 10. Oh, he hit my rudder, but it didn't do any damage. Whoa, I got lucky on that one. Okay. Survived the hit check. Now we go resume. This section or independent are still engaged with German fighters. To the lost area. Go back to card D2. There's no head-on combat. This time, we're going to do a turn maneuver instead of the evade. I want to see if I can turn this around on this guy. Okay. So here we go. We're tailed. It is a squadron. Oh man. So I use a fuel and they get reduced. All right. So that worked out. So green uses a fuel up here and we get rid of the 109s. So that wasn't too bad. Take that off of there. There is no tailing combat. There are no hit checks. And now we're not engaged. return to the main deck. So we're back here. Okay. So that was it for the cruise order. So we now go bomber formation. If one or more of you are in the skip entropy, no. Unengaged fighters in the bomber formation area must return to base or attack bombers. We're all lost contact. If none of your fighters are in the bomber formation area, skip that and go to card 20. That's what we do. Chase. Okay, so we've got to chase this thing now. All right. Must go to the return to base track or attempt chase. We're going to attempt chase. To attempt chase, select the lost contact section, roll 1 die for a section, 2 dice for a fighter, and select the lowest number. Okay. Consult the chase table. All right. Here's the chase table. Is right here. Roll 1 die for a section. We'll get our die up here. All right. So it's clear. Chase succeeds. So we're going to try red section. Escort is, there's a heavy escort and a light escort. Heavy, which means it's easier to see them. Here we go. A 1. It failed. So he stays lost contact. Blue section. He gets a 5. Okay, so blue makes contact. Let me take these off the board here. Blue makes contact. Now we got to see. Oh, I think I got intercepted on red section. Let's see, 11. I'm going to finish this. Blue goes starboard low. Okay, so blue section is moving to starboard low. And green section, 2, they may have gotten intercepted. Okay, so I got to check that. Intercepted on that. Because I think I just got intercepted. Draw a Luftwaffe advantage card and initiate the dogfight cycle. All right. So we're going to have a Luftwaffe advantage card on red and 1 on green. All right. So let's start with red section. See what they do. Let's see. Blue's no longer lost contact. They're back in contact. All right. Here we go. Red. Tailed by a swarm. If heavy contact, and I would assume that because there's 2, they would call that heavy contact. So we would get a swarm and a rot. If heavy escort, add a rot. So I'm assuming because there is a heavy escort, that's what they get. That makes sense to me. So red is getting jumped. Here we go. Back to the fighter cycle. We place the fighters. Now we do head-on combat. Okay, so we're going to resolve head-on. I have a squadron. Head-on. We get an L. Somebody flies alone. It drives them off, and there's a chance for a collision. Okay. Well, let's find out who's loose now. 5. My leader is loose. So we'll separate him. They break off. And we got to roll to see if there's a collision. A 1 creates a collision. No collision. Okay. And that's it for that one. But I now have this guy separate, which means that when he's loose and he flies alone, he can be the guy that they go after. So you can, here it says in loose, randomly select, which we did. You may have the Luftwaffe fighter marker move with the loose fighter so that it tails it instead of the section. That is exactly what I'm going to do. So these guys are there, and this guy is now the leader, attracted these guys. Okay, and I have a veteran pilot. And he's going to do something here. Yeah. Okay. So what he's going to do is, this is red leader. I'm going to turn his marker sideways to show that I use his 1 veteran privilege. And he's going to do a pull tight. When tailed in a dogfight, replace the dogfight's card's results with a tight turn. So I'm going to be able to do that if I need to. So we're going to wait and see. I'm going to take a slip maneuver. This was head on and tailing. Put that up. All right, so we went from head on, we're now tailed. We're doing tailed combat. He has a slip maneuver. Let's see what happens here. On the slip maneuver, he's by himself. He does not get that. So I'm going to use my privilege because I don't want him to take the hit. And he now spins this around to a head-on combat. Okay, that was my veteran maneuver. Okay, so we don't have any tailing combat, we don't have any hit checks, and we go back to D2 again. D2 is head on. So we go head on. Head on. I'm a single. Okay, so I take a hit. We'll do that first. My leader takes the hit. It's a rudder 8. He takes the hit. This one breaks off. That's the good news. But I'm now tailed. At a rot. And they're tailing me. So I got them tailing me again. Okay. So I got rid of the swarm, but they had reinforcements come in. That was from the head-on combat. Now we have the tailed maneuver. I cannot maneuver because I'm damaged. So I just had to take this one on. This is tailed. I'm a single. They break off and they hit me a second time. All right, they break off. I'll take another hit, which means I got to survive 2 hits. Okay, this one is rudder 7. Okay, well, we're going to roll both dice because they're both in the rudder. I need one to be, I guess I should do them different because they're not the same number. So, okay, here's for the 7. 1, he failed it. Okay, so rudder, he's going to go into the fate box for the rudder. Right there. All right. They're lost. Okay, now we got to do the green squadron, who's also got jumped here. And this is tailed, madness, section only and green pilot only. 1 to 3, friendly fire. Another's low ammo. 4+, no event. So there's a swarm on my tail. We got to roll. Oh, 2. Crap. Bad rolls today on this stuff. Getting shot up here. Friendly fire. An RAF fighter is hit and another is low ammo. Okay. So I got to roll to see who takes a hit. Number 8. My leader, of course. So he took a friendly fire hit. It's a cockpit 9. That's bad. And somebody gets a low ammo. 7. And my leader also takes a low ammo. All right, low ammo, and he's already got a hit. Oh boy. All right, well, here we are. Placed our fighters. No head-on combat, so we do our tail maneuver. We're going to do an evade. You need to see if I can get away from these. Oh, I can't evade because my leader's damaged. So we're just going to have to take the combat. We're tailed. Here we go. I have a squadron. We're going to use a fuel. That's green. My green pilot takes a hit. That's E. He's going to take a hit. And it is... engine 9, and they get reduced. I think a while ago I reduced them wrong, but that's okay. It goes down to that. We're still being tailed. All right, hit checks. Here we go. Start with my leader. Cockpit. I need a 9 or higher. 3. Nope, he's gone. So this was cockpit. Cockpit. And now for my green pilot, he is an engine. 10. Ho ho, they didn't get him. Okay, he survived. Now, we go back to D2. And we're being tailed. And they're going to attempt a turn. Okay. We're being tailed and they're going to try the turn. Oh, hey, I got it. So we turned, they broke off. Woohoo! Got out of that one with those 2 guys. Okay. They're still lost contact. They're lost contact. Blues on the board after the bombers. Patrol complete. Fuel. So everybody uses fuel. Green's about out of fuel. They're going to have to go home. Escort recovery. Nothing to do there. Escort exit. Okay. Roll a die for each escort station marker and compare the number rolled to one of the red numbers printed in the red marker space on the raid track. It's a 10. So a red 10. Equal to or higher. We'll start with the starboard station 109s. 8. And now the heavy section 109s. 12. Hey, I got something. Right. Equal to or higher, a heavy escort station marker becomes light. All right. Well, they're not heavy anymore. That's something. I don't know how much, but it's something. All right. Now, channel patrol is in space with the channel patrol marker. Nope. We're outside of that. Reform. On the interception map, two sections in the same position and altitude may combine into a flight. Both sections, section lost contact may join their section. If it too is lost contact, the section spends one fuel to do this. Ad hoc section, 2 or 3 lost contact RAF fighters from different sections may form a section of their own. Be a veteran pilot. I could do that. Use a gray or black fuel cube for that section. Necessary. Lowest fuel section. The news. I don't know. Green's going home anyway. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Oops. Raid vector. Reveal vector markers in the raid marker space. One at a time. Apply them until the space is empty of vector markers. Yep, we've already revealed everything for that one. Move the raid marker to the next space on the track and then resolve the vector markers in its new space. So this would move up. Move the raid marker to the next space on the track and then resolve. Wait a minute. I gotta check something here. Something doesn't seem right there. Put that back. Okay, so I think where I got messed up at, my apologies here, but we can fix this without having to go back through anything here. These bombers that found the formation should have gone into their bomber cycle. So we're gonna do that with these guys. So we have they're in the starboard approach. So we now place these guys. They have to come in from the starboard side. So we're going to attack these bombers. We're going to attack here. We're going for a kill. So they're all 3 coming in on this one bomber. I want to see if maybe I can kill somebody here. He's doing his take 4 hits. So I need a good hit here. Okay. So they're going to do burst, and they're coming in on the bombers from the port. This is the blue leader. This is a full formation. He gets a hit, a low ammo, and a return fire. And see if I need to use his skill. Blue leader is a veteran. It's on page 50. Discipline, I can cancel a low ammo result. Stay trim, you can save a green pilot. So this one I'm going to cancel the low ammo. So blue leader he'll use his up and turn him that way. So in this case, we get a hit on the bomber. Before I go any farther, I should have done this. I needed to determine which bomber was damaged from the flat. Okay, I'm gonna move back over here. So we have 9 cards. We're gonna roll. We'll count them. We'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's in this group, and now we'll roll. And 8 would be this plane right here. So actually, knowing that, I would have attacked this group right here and gone after that center section right there. Okay, here we go. Actually, that's a better maneuver anyway. Okay, he scores a hit. Blue leader scored a hit. And it is fuselage. So he's got 2 fuselage hits. I canceled that with my skill for that. He takes return fire. And it is a hit. Fuselage 4. Okay. Blue 2's coming in. Oh. And a 9 would disperse, would break up the squadron. Disrupt it. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's not going to happen. So blue 2's coming in. This is my green pilot. He's firing. Green takes a hit. And my other veteran pilot is going to say nothing. Saves a green pilot from one result. It cancels. Yes. So this veteran is going to have him stay tight, and it cancels the hit on the green pilot. Okay, and we don't have 14 points there. Now blue 3's coming in. He scores a hit, takes return fire, and a 7. Okay, he scores a hit. And it is another fuselage. It's 3. And on a 10 or higher, his wing rips off. Or his fuselage blows up. 3. No. Okay. So they got. He takes return fire. And it is a hit. Engine 5. Okay. All right. And 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite. One more hit. It's going to shoot him down anyway, but I could have made that cause what I needed to cause there. All right. That's it for my burst. They disengage, so they come around here. Disengaged. Disengaged. Okay. Hit check. Here we go. Blue leader. It's a 4. 1. Man. Horrible. That's a fuselage. He goes there. And blue 3. A 5. He makes it. It's an engine. Okay. Resume. Return to the main deck and resume whatever sequence we were in. All right. So we come back to bomber formation. We do escort reaction. Draw an escort reaction card. Here we go. There's no clouds. It's clear, so we don't have to do that. If starboard station is empty, the head moves there. Nope. 2, 2, 2, 1. And that little R. All right. Now I gotta get all my little codes for that right there. All right, so we're gonna move these two guys over here on the board because they're getting intercepted. Here's my card. So I have starboard. There's going to be 2, and then from the high station there's going to be 2 plus, then there's going to be a reduced escort. Okay, so first here we go. We got to determine randomly which one is getting attacked first. Even, odd. Even. So it's blue 2. So he gets a Luftwaffe advantage card on blue 2. He's tailed by a rot. Right there. All right, stay on them. If the German fighters are 110s, they're not. All right. So now we go to our fighters cards. We place our fighters. No head on. We're going to attempt a turn on these guys. This is our tailed maneuver. I'm a single and I got it, a turn. Okay, so the turn means they break off. I got rid of them and I took a hit. Sorry. Elevator 10. That's a big hit. All right. No combat. Hit checks. Here we go. I need a 10 or higher. 10! Yes. We survived that. Okay, now we got a second attack. This is still from that starboard station. Even, odd. Odd. So they're coming after blue 3 this time. He gets a Luftwaffe advantage card. It's a head-on with the swarm. A green fighter immediately becomes low ammo. This is blue 3. Luckily, blue 3 is my veteran pilot. He does not become low ammo. All right. So we're going back here. We placed our fighters. Now we go head-on combat. Head-on. They break off. He takes a hit. They break off, but he takes a hit. And it is wing 7. Okay. And now we do our hit check. We need a 7 or higher. 8! Survived another one. Excuse me. All right, now we have to do it all over again from the high station. So, even, odd. Sorry about that, I had a coughing spell there. Okay, so we gotta do even, odd. And this is for the second group. It's even, so he's coming after my green pilot. Here comes the advantage. Tailed by a swarm, of course. It's not 110s. Okay, so we're going right back here. Place our maneuvers. And he's going to do an evade. All right, so he's being tailed and evade. Hey, he gets a reduce. Okay, so that goes down to 3. So he gets past that one without any danger, without any damage. So now we're going to do another evade. So it's the same thing. Tailed. He takes a hit. And it reduces this down to 2 now. This time he has to take a hit. And it is, a 10. So we roll for that. See if he survives this one. 4. He does not. This is a rudder. He goes into the rudder box. And that ends. Well, then the fighters have one more card. And they attack this guy with their advantage. And he's tailed by a swarm also. Okay. This is blue 3. That's the last of this one. Well, no, not quite. Okay. So he's tailed. He's going to turn. He's had enough of this. He's going to see if he can turn into these guys. See what happens here. So they're tailed. He's going to turn. He turns and takes a low ammo. So they're now head on. That comes off. And he's got low ammo. Okay. No hits. So now we're going to do head-on combat. These cards up. Now we have head-on. Head-on. They break off. He takes a hit. Okay. So he gets out of that, and he takes a hit. And it is cockpit 9. Here we go. And we get 2. He goes into the fake box cockpit. All right. Takes care of that. That was head on. Escort reactions over. Dogfight cycles all over. We don't have anybody left in the formation area. Everybody's returning to base. These guys are returning to base. These guys are returning to base. That's it. We're out of here. Patrol is complete. We go to 36, which is our return to base sequence now. All right. All right. Well, here we go to the fate box. So we have blue leader who used his veteran skill. So he's just straight up rolling. He gets a 4. A 4, he crashes. 8, he bailed out. So he goes into the bailout box. Oh, 8 came out there. Made a mess over here on my board. Sorry. All right. Now we have blue 3 in the cockpit. Blue 3. Blue 3 is another veteran, but he used his skill. He gets a 5. A 5, he crashes. And he gets a 10. And a 10 is he bailed out. Okay. Green leader. He's in the cockpit. And he has a skill. He's going to use his skill. Notice I haven't revealed my die yet. His skill is Pluck. Give yourself a positive modifier. Add +1 to a die roll. And send this in the fate box. Oh, gave him a 3, which is fire. So it says, wait a minute, it says you may roll first and then decide. So I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to probably use it on this one. We caught on fire. 8 +1's 9. He goes to the hospital. So green leader ends up in the hospital. All right, blue 2. He's got rudder. He rolled an 11. Hey, he made it back. Okay, blue 2 safe. And red leader, he's also on the rudder. He got a 7. He's safe. All right. Whew. Okay. Nobody was completely out of fuel. There's no channel recovery. Date pilot rosters. So I got to come through here, mark all my pilots. We'll see where they're at, see what my victory points were. All right, well, I ended up with 2 pilots bailed out, 1 wounded. Oh, I marked that in the wrong row. Marked my victory points in the wrong row. 2, 1. Okay. 2 bailout, 1 wounded, 2 victory points. That was from the 2 bombers that were stragglers that I went and shot down. And for our roster, pilots H and R are in the hospital now. And then we have blue 3 and blue leader in the bailout box, so they won't be available. So the only pilot that I've got right now, I think, that has a back-to-back mission that I don't want to fly is F. And he's a green pilot, so he needs to rest. Everybody else I can use again. So far, it's going to get a little busier after this next one because these missions are starting to stack up, and that's when they start to get a little busier on the fatigue level. All right, well, we got through that, and not a good result. That's why they call this the hardest days. These escorts are brutal. Didn't even, I finally got a shot at the bomber formation, and I got nothing out of it. They just obliterated me with this fighter escort. So you can see how tough it can be. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough. I'm looking forward to starting another one here. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.